Okay, the definition of no, Regina, is this: be aware of through study, observation, inquiry, information, or experience. Be aware of through study, observation, inquiry, look at me, can't pronounce that, information, or experience. So basically asking questions. Let me know if you have it, when you have it. All right. Now, the number one answer on the board is lack of self-awareness. Many people have not been taught how to reflect or self-assess themselves honestly, and that is what Regina said. So if you haven't been taught how to do it, how you gonna know who you are? If no one said, let's sit down and express and explore who you are, it's not happening. It's like, you ain't gonna be like your badass daddy. We hate your mama, so you ain't gonna be like her. And now this is what you're gonna be. So now you don't ever get the opportunity to actually reflect or assess. So you never really get to stay in your frontal lobe and explore your personality. Now, because of this, they operate on autopilot. They confuse roles with identity. So this is a perfect example. And I may step on some of your toes. And so if you can't say amen, say ouch. But they confuse their roles. So they confuse parent, employee, and all these other things. So if you look at people's profiles, they will say such and such mama, such and such wife, work at such and such. And that's not who you actually are. Those are roles that you have. And so I think I've said this before, that Nola and I have made the transition. I call her, she likes being called my amazing offspring because I used to call her sweetie. I'm like, you're 20 something. I don't need to be calling you sweetie anymore. So we've transitioned to my amazing offspring and Nola. She doesn't like me calling her by her government name because in the past, when she was younger, that meant that she was getting calibrated. But we've worked through that. And so she has made the transition to call me Dr. Donna because I am her mother. I used to be a wife. I used to be a soldier, but I actually am Dr. Donna. And so that's who I am. That's who I'm going to be referred to. So yes, I'm the turnaround doctor, but I am Dr. Donna at the end of the day. So when you confuse your roles, then you're not aware. If you are my age and your children are grown and you have in your profile, I am Nola's mother, then you're not Dr. Donna. You're confusing a role with who you actually are. So independent of my child, I have my own existence. And that's why I might say things because we're on the live and she's on the live, but I can talk about everything that I've done without saying, yes, and so my daughter did this, and my daughter did that, and my daughter did this, and my daughter did that, because I have my own everything. I'm completely self-aware of who I actually am. So when I see that, I know instantly people don't know who they are. And those are just parts of the life. They're just chapters in the story of your life, but that does not mean that that's who you actually are. Who you are is on your government identification. It's not Nola's mom on my passport or my driver's license. That's not. It's my name is on that. So who am I? So that's a big thing. And that's why, Regina, I said, wow, you must have taken my notes. And then they avoid deep questions about purpose, values, or direction. They avoid deep questions about purpose, value, or direction. And the quote that was here is, and this part came from GPT, you can't master what you don't measure or understand. You can't master what you don't measure or don't understand. So if you are walking around saying, I'm Nola's mom, I am Nola's mom, I am, what am I measuring? What am I mastering? Nola's grown. She is grown, fully functioning adult. How can I measure that? So when you avoid the deep questions about purpose, values, or direction, that's when you put, I'm Nola's mom, happily married to Harvey Rogers. That's a joke in itself. You know what I'm saying? 24 years at Frito. Oh, God, that could be my life. Shit, I'm itching. Ooh, okay. Would have been 24 years at Frito Lay, the VP director of some dumb shit at this point. And that's what would have been in my profile, because I would not have known who I am. I wouldn't have taken the time to understand my purpose, value, and direction because I'm too busy caught up in these roles: wife, mother, auntie, sister, daughter, stepdaughter, all these things. But that's not who I am. It's just